Welcome to a day in the Word. Today's reading is 1 Samuel chapter 10 through 1 Samuel chapter 13. 1 Samuel chapter 10. Samuel took a jar of the special oil and poured the oil on Saul's head. Samuel kissed Saul and said, "The Lord has anointed you to be the leader over the people who belong to him. You will control the people. You will save them from the enemies that are all around them. He has anointed you to be ruler over his people. Here is a sign that will prove that this is true. After you leave me today, you will meet two men near Rachel's tomb on the border of Benjamin at Zelzah. The two men will say to you, 'Someone found the donkeys you were looking for.' Your father stopped worrying about his donkeys. Now he is worrying about you. He is saying, 'What will I do about my son?'" Samuel said, "Then you will go until you come to the large oak tree at Tabor. Three men will meet you there. They will be on their way to worship God at Bethel. One man will be carrying three young goats. The second man will be carrying 3 loaves of bread, and the third man will have a leather bag full of wine. These three men will say hello to you. They will offer you 2 bread offerings reserved for priests, and you will accept that bread. Then you will go to Gibeath Elohim. There is a Philistine fort in that place. When you come to this town, a group of prophets will come out. These prophets will come down from the place for worship. They will be prophesying. They will be playing harps, tambourines, flutes, and lyres. Then the Lord's Spirit will come on you with great power. You will be changed. You will be like a different man. You will begin to prophesy with these prophets. After that happens, you can do whatever you choose to do because God will be with you. Go to Gilgal before me. Then I will come there to you, and I will offer burnt offerings and fellowship offerings. But you must wait 7 days. Then I will come and tell you what to do." Just as Saul turned to leave Samuel, God turned Saul's life around. All these things happened that day. When Saul and his servant came to Gibeath Elohim, Saul met a group of prophets. God's Spirit came on Saul with great power, and Saul prophesied with the prophets. Some of the people who had known Saul before saw him prophesying with the prophets. So they asked each other, "What has happened to Kish's son? Is Saul also one of the prophets?" A man living in Gibeath Elohim said yes, and it seems that he is their leader. That is why this became a famous saying. Is Saul also one of the prophets? After Saul finished prophesying, he went to the place of worship. Saul's uncle asked Saul and his servant, "Where have you been?" Saul said, "We were looking for the donkeys. When we couldn't find them, we went to see Samuel." Saul's uncle said, "Please tell me, what did Samuel say to you?" Saul answered, "Samuel told us the donkeys were already found." He did not tell his uncle everything. Saul did not tell him what Samuel said about the kingdom. Samuel told all the Israelites to meet together with the Lord at Mizpah. Samuel told the Israelites, "The Lord, the God of Israel, says, I led Israel out of Egypt. I saved you from Egypt's control and from the other kingdoms that tried to hurt you. But today you have rejected your God. Your God saved you from all your troubles and problems. But you said, 'No, we want a king to rule us.' Now come, stand before the Lord in your family groups and tribes." Samuel brought all the tribes of Israel near. Then Samuel began to choose the new king. First, the tribe of Benjamin was chosen. Samuel told each family in the tribe of Benjamin to pass by. Matri's family was chosen. Then Samuel told each man in Matri's family to walk by. Saul, son of Kish, was chosen. But when the people looked for Saul, they could not find him. Then they asked the Lord, "Has Saul come here yet?" The Lord said, "Saul is hiding behind the supplies." The people ran and took Saul out from behind the supplies. Saul stood up among the people. He was a head taller than anyone else. Samuel said to all the people, "See the man the Lord has chosen. There is no one like Saul among the people." Then the people shouted, "Long live the king." Samuel explained the rules of the kingdom to the people. He wrote the rules in a book and put the book before the Lord. Then Samuel told the people to go home. Saul also went to his home in Gibeah. God touched the hearts of brave men who then began to follow Saul. But some troublemakers said, "How can this man save us?" They said bad things about Saul and refused to bring gifts to him. But Saul said nothing. King Nahash of the Ammonites had been hurting the tribes of Gad and Reuben. Nahash poked out the right eye of each of the men and did not allow anyone to help them. He poked out the right eye of every Israelite man living in the area east of the Jordan River. But 7,000 Israelite men ran away from the Ammonites and came to Jabesh Gilead. 1 Samuel chapter 11. 1 Samuel chapter 11. About a month later, Nahash the Ammonite and his army surrounded Jabesh Gilead. All the people of Jabesh said to Nahash, "If you will make a treaty with us, we will serve you." But he answered, "I will make a treaty with you people only if I can poke out the right eye of each person. Then all Israel will be ashamed." The leaders of Jabesh said to Nahash, "Let us have 7 days. We will send messengers through all Israel. If no one comes to help us, we will come up to you and surrender to you." The messengers came to Gibeah, where Saul lived. They told the news to the people. The people cried loudly. Saul had been out in the field with his oxen. When he came in from the field, he heard the people crying and asked, "What's wrong with the people? Why are they crying?" Then the people told Saul what the messengers from Jabesh said. Saul listened to their story. Then God's Spirit came on him with great power. Saul became very angry. He took a pair of oxen and cut them in pieces. Then he gave the pieces of the oxen to messengers. He ordered the messengers to carry the pieces throughout the land of Israel. He told them to give this message to the Israelites: "Come, follow Saul and Samuel. If anyone doesn't come and help them, this same thing will happen to his own oxen." A great fear from the Lord came on the people. They all came together like one person. Saul gathered the men together at Bezek. There were 300,000 men from Israel and 30,000 men from Judah. Saul and his army told the messengers from Jabesh, "Tell the people at Jabesh in Gilead that by noon tomorrow you will be saved." The messengers told Saul's message to the people at Jabesh, and they were very happy. Then the people of Jabesh said to Nahash the Ammonite, "Tomorrow we will come to you, and you can do whatever you want to us." The next morning Saul separated his soldiers into 3 groups. At sunrise, Saul and his soldiers entered the Ammonite camp. Saul attacked while they were changing guards that morning. He and his soldiers defeated the Ammonites before noon. The Ammonite soldiers all ran away in different directions. No two soldiers stayed together. Then the people said to Samuel, "Where are the people who said they didn't want Saul to rule as king? Bring them here, and we will kill them." But Saul said, "No, don't kill anyone today. The Lord save Israel today." Then Samuel said to the people, "Come, let's go to Gilgal. At Gilgal we will again make Saul the king." All the people went to Gilgal. There in front of the Lord, the people made Saul king. They offered fellowship offerings to the Lord. Saul and all the Israelites had a great celebration. 1 Samuel chapter 12. Samuel said to all Israel, "I have done everything you wanted me to do. I have put a king over you. Now you have a king to lead you. I am old and gray, but my sons are here with you. I have been your leader since I was young. Here I am. If I have done anything wrong, you must tell these things to the Lord and his chosen king. Did I steal anyone's ox or donkey? Did I hurt or cheat anyone? Did I ever take money or even a pair of sandals to do something wrong? If I did any of these things, I will make it right." The Israelites answered, "No, you never did anything bad to us. You never cheated us or took things from us." Samuel said to the Israelites, "The Lord has his chosen king, are witnesses today. The Lord and his chosen king are witnesses today. They heard what you said, that you found nothing wrong with me." The people answered, "Yes, the Lord is witness." Then Samuel said to the people, "The Lord has seen what happened. He is the one who chose Moses and Aaron and brought your ancestors out of Egypt. Now stand there. I will accuse you before the Lord, and I will tell you about the good things the Lord did for you and your ancestors. Jacob went to Egypt. Later, the Egyptians made life hard for his descendants, so they cried to the Lord for help. The Lord sent Moses and Aaron, and they took your ancestors out of Egypt and led them to live in this place. But your ancestors forgot the Lord their God, so he let them become the slaves of Sisera, the commander of the army at Hazor. Then the Lord let them become the slaves of the Philistines and the king of Moab. They all fought against your ancestors, but your ancestors cried to the Lord for help. They said, "We have sinned, we have left the Lord, and we served the false gods, Baal and Ashtoreth. But now save us from our enemies, and we will serve you." So the Lord sent Gideon, Barak, Jephthah, and Samuel. He saved you from your enemies around you, and you lived in safety. But then you saw King Nahash of the Ammonites coming to fight against you. You said, "Now we want a king to rule over us." You said that even though the Lord your God was already your king, now here is the king you chose. The Lord put this king over you. You must fear and respect the Lord. You must serve him and obey his commands. You must not turn against him. You and the king ruling over you must follow the Lord your God. If you do, God will save you. But if you don't, listen to the Lord. If you refuse to do what the Lord says, he will be against you. The Lord will destroy you and your king. Now stand still and see the great things the Lord will do before your eyes. Now is the time of the wheat harvest. I will pray to the Lord and ask him to send thunder and rain. Then you will know you did a very bad thing against the Lord when you asked for a king. So Samuel prayed to the Lord. The same day the Lord sent thunder and rain, and the people became afraid of the Lord and Samuel. All the people said to Samuel, "Pray to the Lord your God for us, your servants. Don't let us die. We have sinned many times, and now we have added to these sins. We have asked for a king." Samuel answered, "Don't be afraid. It is true that you did all these bad things, but don't stop following the Lord. Serve the Lord with all your heart. Idols are only statues. They can't help you, so don't worship them. Idols can't help you or save you. They are nothing. But the Lord won't leave his people. No, the Lord was pleased to make you his own people. So for his own good name, he won't leave you. And as for me, I would never stop praying for you. If I stopped praying for you, I would be sinning against the Lord. I will continue to teach you the right way to live a good life. But you must honor the Lord. You must serve him sincerely with all your heart. Remember the wonderful things he has done for you. But if you are stubborn and do evil, God will throw you and your king away like dirt swept out with a broom. 1 Samuel chapter 13. Saul was 30 years old when he became king. He ruled over Israel 42 years. Saul chose 3,000 men from Israel. There were 2,000 men who stayed with him at Michmash in the hill country of Bethel. There were 1,000 men who stayed with Jonathan at Gibeah in Benjamin. Saul sent the other men in the army back home. Jonathan defeated the Philistines at their camp at Gibeah. The Philistines heard about this. They said, "The Hebrews have rebelled." Saul said, "Let the Hebrew people hear what happened." So Saul told the men to blow trumpets through all the land of Israel. All the Israelites heard this news. Saul has killed the Philistine leader. Now the Philistines will really hate the Israelites. The Israelites were called to join Saul at Gilgal. The Philistines gathered to fight Israel. The Philistines camped at Michmash, east of Beth Aven. They had 3,000 chariots and 6,000 horse soldiers. There were so many Philistines that they were like sand on the seashore. The Israelites saw that they were in trouble. They felt trapped. They ran away to hide in caves and cracks in the rock. They hid among the rocks, in wells, and in other holes in the ground. Some Hebrews even went across the Jordan River to the land of Gad and Gilead. Saul was still at Gilgal. All the men in his army were shaking with fear. Samuel said he would meet Saul at Gilgal. Saul waited there 7 days, but Samuel had not yet come to Gilgal, and the soldiers began to leave Saul. So Saul said, "Bring me the burnt offerings and the fellowship offerings." Then Saul offered the burnt offerings. As soon as Saul finished offering that sacrifice, Samuel arrived. Saul went out to meet him. Samuel asked, "What have you done?" Saul answered, "I saw the soldiers leaving me. You were not here on time, and the Philistines were gathering at Michmash. I thought to myself, the Philistines will come here and attack me at Gilgal, and I haven't asked the Lord to help us yet. So I forced myself to offer the burnt offering." Samuel said, "You did a foolish thing. You did not obey the Lord your God. If you had done what he commanded, the Lord would have let your family rule Israel forever. But now your kingdom won't continue. The Lord was looking for a man who wants to obey him. He has found that man, and the Lord has chosen him to be the new leader of his people, because you didn't obey his command." Then Samuel got up and left Gilgal. Saul and the rest of his army left Gilgal and went to Gibeah in Benjamin. Saul counted the men who were still with him. There were about 600. Saul, his son Jonathan, and the soldiers went to Gibeah in Benjamin. The Philistines were camped at Michmash, so their best soldiers began the attack. The Philistines, the Philistine army split into three groups. One group went north on the road to Orpah near Shual. The second group went southeast on the road to Beth Horon, and the third group went east on the road to the border. That road looks over the valley of Zebulun toward the desert. There were no blacksmiths in Israel. The Philistines would not allow them because they were afraid of the Israelites who would make iron swords and spears. Only the Philistines could sharpen iron tools, so if the Israelites needed to sharpen their plows, hoes, axes, or sickles, they had to go to the Philistines. The Philistine blacksmiths charged 1/3 ounce of silver for sharpening plows and hoes, and 1/6 ounce of silver for sharpening picks, axes, and the iron tips on ox goads. So on the day of battle, none of the Israelite soldiers with Saul had iron swords or spears. Only Saul and his son Jonathan had such weapons. A group of Philistine soldiers guarded the mountain pass at Michmash. Thank you for joining A Day in the Word Bible in a Year series. Please subscribe, comment, like, and don't forget to turn on that notification bell. Until next time, shalom.